Welcome people to another Spencerian practice. Somebody has requested, I can't remember the name, but he has requested practice of the U and V. I actually believe that when I concentrate and slow down, I can form every one of these letters perfectly. But when I'm speed writing, I'm trying to speed write Spencerian, and it doesn't look too bad, as you can see here. It doesn't look too bad. I'll bring it in a bit. You see that I haven't, no, this is me speed writing it and going really quick. Here's me slowing right down and making sure that I'm keeping the halfway of the line up for the X height, and then any ascenders going up go to the top of the line, and the descenders keep them like half width. You can see this here with this 2 F's. Okay, I forgot to put the dot there. But I'm just having a practice, and that's practicing. So when I slow down, I form the letters better. So it's about slowing down, and then speed will come. Okay, that's what I think anyway. But the ones I'm having trouble with speed writing is the F, the lowercase f. I am having trouble with the V. The V is one of my nemesis. I think actually, believe it or not, the capital O, the Spencerian capital O, I'm having trouble with, because it's getting that perfect oval every time, and everything in here is oval. You know, ovals, oval with a C, oval with the D. There's an oval of some sort with the capital E. There's ovals there with the capital G. There's ovals here with the capital I. I'm having trouble with capital I. There's a couple there, people. Let's get started. Let's do U and V. Oh, I'm out the way now. Let's get out of this so you can see what I'm doing. Got a fresh piece of paper. I ain't too bothered about keeping this. I'm just going to do this for the practice, for the sake of the video. You can see how I do it, and then you can say, okay, I'll try it your way. Do you know what I mean? I also put on the card, just for my own purposes, the 7 principles of Spencerian. Then I can say, you know, this starts with this one here, starts with the 6th principle. Some of them, that capital T starts with the 7th principle. And you get these principles in the right order, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, then you know where you are. These are basically all your lead-in strokes to all the capitals and lowercase. So learn the 7 principles well. So let's have a look at the U. Of course, the U starts with, I've got to zoom in now on the paper, haven't I? Can you see? Yeah. And I'm going to be using just a standard biro, people. In fact, if you do purchase this book, okay, if you do purchase this book, because the paper quality ain't that great, yeah, you'll be doing it with biro, okay, all the way through. I think I used just under 3 biros to complete this book. So it's a hefty workbook. Believe me, it's a hefty workbook. But at the end of that teachings or grind, because I'm going to call it a grind, you can write like that, which is absolutely beautiful, people. So let's have a look at the letter U. I think it's the lowercase you can have much of a trouble, but if you are going to do the capital U, we start with the 6th principle. I think just better zoom in a bit more now, Bill. So you start with the 6th principle, which is that one. Try and make a nice oval, Bill. And then you go up and around and back. Okay, so 1 complete stroke. Oh, I did that wrong. 1 complete round, up and out. Okay, 1, out, and that's not right, is it? So come in and out. In. That's better. That's a better U. I forgot to curve it at the bottom. That's it. Can you see that? That's better. I've got it now. I've warmed up a bit, you know what I mean? You need to warm up a bit. That's my problem. That's what you had in the Palmer. Do you know what I mean? You had that in the Palmer book. You could warm up a bit. So I think I've got that, people. Now let's have a look at the lowercase. That's, we come up, we come back, we come round and out. We come up, we come round, we come out. We go up, we go round and we're out. Of course, this upstroke, being this one, is the second principle. So up on the second principle, form a nice U shape and out. 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 Perfect. Happy days. That's a Spencerian U, lowercase, uppercase. Let's have a look at the Spencerian capital V. Again, that starts with the sixth principle. Can you see? So the V starts like a sixth principle, but then it curves at the bottom. So it comes up, it curves, and it goes over. So over and out, over and out. So you're like V'ing it. See this, the V, these U's over here got a rounder bottom, where this is like it's coming back. You come back on yourself and curve it. So it's the starts with the sixth principle, and just before you get to the bottom of it, you're going to curve a little bit and come almost like yourself and do that. And that's the Spencerian capital V. Okay, the capital V. That's what I call it anyway. That's my version. And it is a capital V. And you sort of do the same thing for the lowercase. Okay? You are doing the same for the lowercase. That's the capital V. Now we're going to roll through the lowercase v. Again, it's going to start with this. Can you see? Yeah, you're going to start with the second principle. But when you get to the top, you're going to curve. You're going to come back on yourself, up and out. You're out at the top. Yeah, so it's up, over and out. See, the U doesn't do that, does it? The U will come up, you come out, you come back down, and then you're out. Where the V, you come up, you come back on yourself, and then you're out at the top. You never come out from the lowercase at the top. So your lowercase v is different. It's going to be different. So if I put this closer together, so we'll do the V again, right? Can you see? We'll do the V again. So you come up, you're going to curve back on itself and out. And then the U is this. And you can see there's a definite difference between the two. So you've got the lowercase v and the lowercase u. And you come out at the top of the V and out at the bottom of the U. Nice and easy. Now the ones that I'm having trouble with is the lowercase f for quickness, for fast speed, you know what I mean? So I'm going to have a go at that. So you start with the, I know, can you see? Because you come like this there. You come up, you come down, you come up, and that's a lowercase f. But when you want to speed write it, I keep forgetting to form a nice ovals for these sections here and here. Do you know what I mean? It's quite tough to make them all match. And where are you putting the out? Do you know what I mean? So this is a nice oval and out. But am I curving it? Am I doing this with the backbone of the F? Which I think I am. You get what I mean? So I'm thinking, if you do this and come down and then up, then this is straight as a die. Try that one again. That's a better F. So nice lead in stroke. That's better, isn't it? Nice lead in stroke and out. Probably a little less on the head then. But again, we ain't going to be going to the bottom of the line because of ascenders and descenders problem. So we're going to have to do it like this. Come down and out into like the next one. Yeah, like the word fall. Doing even a nice little neat head. Of course, I'm doing the Palmer R, or even you could even say that I'm doing the copperplate R, but it won't matter. I think I've got that now. I'm happy with the F. Let's try one more time on here. So nice lead in stroke, come down halfway and out. Okay, I've got that. I'm happy with that. What was that other one I'm suffering from? Oh, the capital O. It's a tough one, people. So let me try to do this again. If you look at the seven principles, the capital O is basically the fifth principle. That's it. So let's do the fifth principle, and it is the capital O. I'll try and get it on 2 lines, the capital. But then again, no, I'll do it on 1 line, should be alright. Where do you start with this guy? I think we're going to come like, get into the motion of doing this with your nib or pen and come from that angle. Well, that's not right, is it? So I'll start there. Now, that's perfect. That's it. That's perfect. So come down. Okay, that went a bit awry. Again, I hit some noggins in here. Give us something to lean on, man. Let's try that boot now. Let's see if I get a nicer O. Okay, so down and round. Okay, down and around. Do we go all the way? I think we do, don't we? Okay, that wasn't great. That's better. I can see a definite line there. That's it. I like that. Not too shabby. It's a tough one, people. Capital O. The reason why I recognise capital O as one of my nemesis, because I wanted to write the word one. Okay, that's not too bad. Do you know what I mean? There's the word one in Spencerian. I like it. Now I like it. Of course, you will do the lowercase n like this. You'll come over, and then you write the O. So let's do it again. They are one. I like that. What was the other one? There was another one I had trouble with. Yes, I said in the last one that the R, I was going to do a Spencerian R, but I've decided I like it like this. You come up, you do this, you come back and out, and that's my new Spencerian R, which still works. I've seen R's produced like that. Do you know what I mean? So you do the second principle, so you come up with an understroke, okay? At the top, you're going to spin round this, okay, and do a little hole. Can you see? A little loop there. When you get to that little loop at the top, you're going to spin this around, okay, and point it back down on itself, so it's pointing this way. So you come up, loop, and back. You bring this down, start to curve, and you're out, okay? So in fast speak, or in a fast motion, it's up and out. Probably a little bit. That's more like it there. That's my Spencerian R. Because you haven't got to worry about forming thingy. That funny angle thing. Can you see? Where are we? There. So you can't... A Spencerian R is this. It's something like that, isn't it? With a little it comes back on itself and you're out. But look, man, it's like a sticky thing. The R is a difficult one to master, but I'm going to stick with this Spencerian R. But that's my version. There was another one I was having trouble with, other than the O. I've done the capital and the lowercase u, capital V and the lowercase v, just to emphasise that V. We might as well finish these off, haven't we? Bit by bit. So the V is you come up, you come back, and out. You come up and out. Oh, that's not right, is it? And out. And out. Can you see? You come up, you come back, curve up and out. That's completely different to the U. Hopefully you can get that. And I've explained it well enough. There was another one that I had trouble with. The capital I. It's a toughie. It's a real toughie. This capital I is a toughie to get the angle of the first curve. And of course, the first curve is this guy, the sixth principle. The capital I is the sixth principle that then leads into, yeah, the seventh principle. So it starts with the sixth and ends with the seventh. So it's the sixth and seventh principle. Tough one to get your head around that guy. But you're going to start with the sixth principle, which is this guy. You're going to come back and bring it in. But you're going to remember to leave a little tag there. So do you go below the line? Like that? And that's not too bad. That is the capital I, as far as I'm concerned, anyway. Yeah? I mean, it looks nothing like a bloody capital I, does it? You know what I mean? That does not look like a capital I to me. But according to the Spencerian book, that's a capital I, is it? No, capital I is this. Capital I is that. But not this. What's this? Like an half a bean. I don't like it. I don't like that capital I. Not really. I don't think we can do any other version. I think that's it. I think I have to just to deal with it. That when you see if you learn Spencerian, when you see this, you know it's a capital I, don't you? Do you know what I mean? There it is. It's beautiful, isn't it? Yeah, even that would be. It's most of those capital I's are passable, but that one there, I like that one. So I'm going to start it just below the line, sixth principle into the seventh. Happy days. Just below the line, tilt it a little bit into the seventh principle, and finish there. There it is, people. There's the capital I. Got it. I was having trouble with that. Just difficulties, you know what I mean? Was there any others I was having difficulties with? Yes, I've always had suffer with the Spencerian C, lowercase c anyway. So can you see? Spencerian lowercase c, if I can do one, so I can remember how bloody do it. You come up, you form a little head there, don't you? Hang on. No, it's this. And out, isn't it? That's right. You come up, form a little head and out. And that's meant to be a Spencerian C, is it? Little head. And make sure you got this backbone this side, you know what I mean? Try again. So you come up, form a little head, come around and out. And that's a Spencerian's lowercase c. So you got this little head, and it has to come this side of the upstroke. And then you form them like a little. If you're a fly fisherman, right, on a hook, yeah, on a hook, and then you got I. That's a standard hook, right? What you'd see, and then here you'd have like some stuff like that. Of course, this would have a nice sharp point to it. Do you know what I mean? It's a hook, and then your line goes here. Right, there's your line, and sometimes you have wings coming off your fly like this. Okay, and it looks like a fly, but this bit here is called the thorax. Well, this looks like a thorax, the lowercase c does. So you come up, can you see? Come up, form a little head, form a thorax and out. Form a head, get a bit of thorax, form a head, a little bit of thorax, yeah? Form thorax, out, come up, form a head, out, form up, form a head, out. That's how I do my Spencerian Cs. I don't know if these are passable. They look like Spencerian Cs, but if you're thinking about doing something of that nature, let's put that there so we can separate them. Let's have a look at the Palmer C, which then just goes, you're coming over to it, you're coming back down the shank, and that is a lowercase c. So you come up, you form your little loop there and out. You come over, form a little loop and out. Form a little hook and out. Form a little hook and out. Can you see? Form a little hook and out. and that's the Palmer C. Which one do I prefer? I think I'm going to have to go for the Palmer C because it just kicks cleaner. But I think I've got the Spencerian C. It's a tough one to get right, people. If you're stuck in any letters yourselves, let me know. I'll do another one. And then, yeah, I mean, I'm suffering from a few others, but if you overall are looking at this guy here, what me practice, what I did on the scrappy pad, you know, when I slow down and really concentrate on the actual form of the letter, I sort of knock it out the park. Do you know what I mean? But I'm suffering from my F's here, as you can see. They're just naff. They aren't right. I can see they're not right. So F's are my problem at the moment. Spacing, I'm happy with spacing. I'm happy with the line height of it when I concentrate. When I'm speed writing, it still doesn't look too bad. That speed writing Spencerian, it looks fantastic. You know what I mean? But when I concentrate, I get those results. Do you know what I mean? So I was also practicing here, believe it or not, the length bit. I was just trying here at the bottom to try and go between words. So if you're doing with, you do this, the I, the T, the H, and then come into it. And not lift your pen off the ball, off the line. Do you know what I mean? But I don't think that works. Do you know what I mean? Like, never take your pen off. Do you know what I mean? So I'm just having a bit of practice here, people. Hopefully you found this instructive, and hopefully the guy who asked for the U and the V to be done, there you go. If you need more, I'll do it again for you, no problem. I've also practiced the F's. I'm having trouble with the O's. I'm showing you my new way of doing the Spencerian R, my version. I've seen somebody else do this, and they call it Spencerian, so I'll do it their way because it's so easy. Capital I, toughie. I know it's a toughie. And then lowercase c. So, okay, people, if you want some more, let me know. I'll read all the comments and I'll reply back to you. So thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.